So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So in this video I want to celebrate everyone doing really well in this World Cruise. So we have the total standings now. We're going to look through all 5 teams, shout out the top 10 and give some extra attention to the top 3, the so-called podium finish. And let's start with my own team since, well, it's pretty close to my heart since I was here. I experienced it this firsthand. And yeah, this is the Robin team. And we ended up getting some shared placements here, which I think is pretty funny. As you can see here, to get top 10 in Robin, you need 395 points. Winning was 530 points. So that's a good baseline to have to compare a bit with other teams. So personally speaking, finished 3rd. I'm pretty happy with my performance. I performed better, I'd say, than I performed last World Cruise. I think I got more points as well. Like I didn't finish first in Kisuna, so that's a bit less points. But I finished substantially higher in PvP, so I think I maybe got 5 points more. Might have been 5 points less as well, I'm not sure honestly. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like, as long as I can't play treasure map as much as other hardcore grinders, it's very hard to get more than this. So yeah, it is what it is. We got a tie here for number 1, Rin and an aid member. His name was Sonis before. Apparently it's Ippo now. Apparently it's 2 different people. I don't know what's going on there. I just ignore it. Like, I didn't, as I've said before, I didn't like how they handled things during the PvP finals. So I'm happy they didn't win by themselves, I guess. Rin is from the JP server. Apparently also got first during last World Cruise. So yeah, there's a few of us now who has been able to top 3 every single World Cruise, and as long as I can do that, that will probably be a fun personal goal to have moving forward. It will be very hard, of course, to keep doing that, but yeah, it's just fun to try and do well in this event. Then we have 2 JP finishers behind me. Like, a very interesting thing with Team Robin is, of course, that except for me, every single top 10 person is either JP server or a Korean on the global server. No other team is even close to this, so that's pretty insane to say the least. So I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of these people. The only thing I can say is that B-Mill and Ace ended up sharing placements. Like, those 2 are a really infamous combo in the community. Like, they were together in the Bro Alliance before, famous for occupying the top spots in PvP and putting up the worst defenses possible. So everybody disliked them for that. And now they both joined AF together at once. So yeah, Ace was actually my biggest competition for 3rd place, which sounds a bit funny when you see the 8th place here. But yeah, he basically stopped playing last 24 hours and made it very easy for me. So thanks for that. Also shout out to my alliance mate Unrepair for being the 2nd highest Westerner, finishing at 13th place. Moving on. Let's do them in order now. So we go to Luffy. And yeah, this ended up being done by a JP player. Not sure what his name is. Like, I do know Japanese and I can read Japanese, but Japanese name is another question. That's something I haven't learned, and I can't be bothered to look it up. So, but yeah, this is quite a legendary player. Just like Rin, he also won a World Cruise last time, but he did it in a super dominant fashion, and this was also super dominant. So, props to him. He really slayed in the Kisuna. Supreme is apparently a Korean, finishing 2nd at 500, and just for comparison, first tier was 545 points. 10th place was 370 points. So in this one, it was a bit easier to finish top 10, but also harder to win. Or, well, second place for 500. Here is 530, so, well, beating first place will have been harder at least. But yeah, then we have a global tie for third place with Straw Hat Pirates and LS, and I honestly have no clue who Straw Hat Pirate is. Obviously, that's like the default name when you make an account, but I doubt it's a new player or anything getting third. That's just not really realistic. LS also did very well, was in a super good lead before final event, but he didn't have the potions. So he ended up not even getting top 10 in PvP, so it's insane in Kisna. So it's insane he even finished third. I'm super happy for him. And I think he also finished top 3 before in World Cruise, so yeah, very consistent. Number 6 is All Blue, who won the trash map overall, I think, but didn't do as well in the other events. Revo, who is a regular in my Discord, got 7th, so very cool to get a top 10. My alliance mate Injano from TRA finished 12th, and at the end he was 10th from time to time, so it's sad he couldn't clutch it out. But yeah, as you see, a bit more Westerners here, 3 in total in the top 10. And yeah, pretty good mix between global, Korea and Japan. Moving on, we have Nami, where my temporary alliance teammate, Two Shanks, usually the leader of the TRA3 alliance, but joined up with me in TRA1 this time, and yeah, we did very well together. We tied third place in the Kisuna, and yeah, he just did a great job, like, definitely did put in more effort than me, like, we ended up at the same runs, but he did a lot more assists than me. And he also slept less. Like, I can't skip sleep like some other people do, like this monster Two Shanks. He's also the one making all of these documents I've been showing in this video, so that's been super helpful. Nami from JP server finished 2nd in Nami in World Cruise. And as I said in my video before, like, I'm very fascinated with this. Like, is this a hardcore grinder on JP, or is this just someone who loves Nami, and since they were put on Nami team, they were like, yeah, I'm going to win World Cruise and then get 2nd place. Like, that's insane placement. Nami managed to get 1st in the Kisuna for Nami team here, finishing a bit better than Two Shanks, but obviously it didn't matter since Two Shanks had the advantage going into the final. Of course, well, I did say Nami finished 1st, but that's a lie, because obviously Bundesnoob did that. So if Nami had finished above Bundesnoob, Nami would have won, but Bundesnoob obviously finished 1st of everybody on the global server, doing over 1,000 3-star runs. That's very cool accomplishment. Got a top 3. Could have won if he did better in Treasure Map. Alien, consistent performer in every single one. Like compare me with Alien, for example. Like, sure, I did better than him in PvP and Kisuna, but he did a lot better than me in Treasure Map, and he didn't do that much worse in the others. So yeah, it's just the fact that we have the multiplier thing with Kisuna being worth so much. Like, if it was a much more consistent multiplier or no multiplier, Alien will have probably won over me, I presume. One is also finishing right behind him, also being a very consistent performer. One of those people who I end up being a rival with, I feel like, in a lot of situations. We have Scotchy here as well, so in this one we have quite a bit of global server. A few JP, of course, including 2nd place. But quite a few Westerners in Two Shanks, Bundesnoob, Alien, Scotchy, True Goat, so shoutouts to all of them. Moving on to Sanji, we have the biggest grinder in OPTC right now, finishing 1st, which is Stay from the 8 server, who won both PvP and Treasure Map, but wasn't really able to clutch it out. Overall, well, in the Kisuna he really struggled since he didn't have as much time apparently, so Rizzy, aka Lord Tamfair from AF, managed to win overall, but of course, in order to finish above Stay had to drop more ranks. People had to do better than him. So Stay did just what was needed to clutch the first place. Lala from JP Server clutched out a third place there with 495 points. So this one, very tight points-wise for first. But 10th place was a bit lower. And yeah, not below the top 2, there's not a lot of people I know very well here. A lot of JP people actually. We have someone from AF who I honestly have no idea about. One from the Bro Alliance Korean. Another aid member. So yeah. Not much I can say, sadly. Finally, Sorrow, and this might have been one of the more crazy ones. Like, honestly, the most easy one to ranking, comparatively the weakest alliance in any metric. Except for number 1, I guess. Like, Howitze from AF managed to get the most points of any winner, which is obviously easier with easier competition, but still a great performance from Howitze, who is also the only global player who have won everything now. Like, Howitze has won a Blitz, he has won a PvP, he has won a Trash Map, he has won a Kizuna, and now he has won a World Cruise. So yeah, that's like everything you can win, so GG's to that. CC6 managed to place really high in Kizuna, which propelled him up to 2nd place. Gromo was very high, even 1st place I think, ahead of the final, but he had no potions so he couldn't compete and didn't finish top 10 in Kizuna, but still had done so well. He finished 4th, so massive respect for that. He shared 4th place with, I think that's Ao, the twins. And then 3rd place, I think I mentioned it last video, Wano, the leader of Passion, and I still have a hard time believing he finished the same placement as me. Like, nothing I thought one of all people will do, but like massive respects for that. Getting a top 3 in World Cruise is like one of the biggest personal achievements you can get. So achieving that, always hats off for sure. From global server we also have Hamza finishing in 8th. And then we have a few Koreans and JP people. So yeah, that's an overview of every group in the World Cruise, and it is my favorite event of the year, and mostly because every other event focuses on the alliance aspect. This is the only event where the personal achievement is in focus, and for me, OPTC is a single player game, so personal achievements for me are a lot more worthwhile than alliance ones. I know a lot of disagree, but that's my opinion. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there, and I'll be back again next year, hopefully, for World Cruise 2025. See ya! Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.